The San Francisco 49ers are playing the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow evening, the last game to decide who's going to make it to the NFC Championship game. Tonight, we'll find out if the Giants can overcome the Eagles and make it to the championship game. It hadn't been good for the Niners facing the Giants before. They've lost a couple games before to the Giants, where the Giants went into the Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. This happened back when Roger Craig fumbled and the Giants went in and they won a Super Bowl. Now, well, in the 2010-11 year, the San Francisco 49ers, a couple fumbled and on special teams, kept them from going to the Super Bowl, and it was against the Giants. Now tomorrow they face tomorrow they face the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants face the Eagles tonight, so we'll know who wins that game. Just a quick update. It is 27-17. Kansas City is beating the Jaguars, who I think shouldn't have even been in this game. The Chargers should have been. But that's what the league want. They wanted this game, so they got it. No conspiracy theory here. And none will be happening tomorrow. Because we know that San Francisco, their defense is legit. Their offense is legit. Besides facing the Cowboys again this year, as they did last year, the only difference is it's in San Francisco. And let me clarify that for you. It's in Santa Clara. But they're known as the San Francisco 49ers. So the San Francisco 49ers, last year they had Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't do too well after his shoulder injury last year in that game. He didn't have a good second half. Second half was bad for him. This year we have Brock Purdy. Last week against the Seattle Seahawks, the first half was bad for Brock Purdy. This week, well, we're going to see what happens. If he comes out blazing in the first half and then the second half, then we know for sure that the 49ers is going to win that game. So the things that need to happen tomorrow is that offensive line has got to keep Brock Purdy clean, meaning keep the pressure off of him, and no quarterback hits or sacks tomorrow. That's what they did most of that last year, where they kept they kept Micah Parsons from getting in there and getting after Garoppolo. So this year the offensive line is playing a lot better than last year's line, and they can keep Brock Purdy upright and clean. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to come into this game and they're really going to go after Brock Purdy. Their pass rush is good. Their defense is great. They're second-ranked defense. So our offense is going to face the second-ranked defense. Has Brock Purdy seen any defense lately that's like that? Yes, he has. He's faced the number one defense in practice for a long 13 weeks, where he was the one going against that defense in practice. And now that he's a starter, yes, he's seen a number one defense. Not taking anything away from the Dallas Cowboys, they have a really good defense. But tomorrow, it's going to let us know how good that defense is facing this 49ers offense that put up 500 yards and 41 points on the Seattle Seahawks last week. So what the 49ers need to do to be able to beat this Cowboys team is pressure, pressure, pressure. They need a pressure drop on Dak Prescott. They need to get in there make him uncomfortable, and make everything around him very hard for him to move around the pocket or scramble out. They need to have one guy that's going to be a spy and come after him. So they need to do that. The Cowboys are really good. They're not they're not just going to lay down. They're going to come after the Niners with their O-line and their defensive line both. They're going to try to get them to get after the San Francisco 49ers in all ways. And look for them to try to get the run going. So the Cowboys is going to try to get their run going. And we know for sure that Nick Bosa, he's been doing really good the last couple of weeks playing against the run. He had, one sack in the last 3 games? So what? That Raiders game, the reason why that there was a turnover in overtime is because he took that left tackle. He took that left tackle right into the quarterback. That affected the game. Okay? Last week, he went in, he came all the way around on the strip sack that they got is because he brought a lot of pressure from one side and came all the way around and then saw the ball there. Well, he got on that ball. There was a couple of times where the Seahawks were trying to run the ball, and who was there to stop the runner in the backfield? Nick Bosa. So I look for him to have a really good game tomorrow, and look for him to at least have 2 quarterback sacks. Now remember, last year, two of our guys got hurt on defense. Nick Bosa was one of them, and Fred Warner was the other guy. And our guys still stepped up and stopped the Cowboys. So look for a lot of our guys, because this roster is stacked from top to bottom, and the coaches are doing a really phenomenal job of using every single one of them to their talent, to their abilities, and they just get after the opposing team. So first half, this team is built on the second half, like shutting everybody down, and then their offense just takes off. But look for tomorrow for that to change. I look for the San Francisco 49ers offense to come out strong, and I look for the defense to come out stronger. And I think that Mooney Ward, he's going to have a really good game tomorrow, whoever he's matched up with. And Lenore, he's getting a lot of confidence, and I can see it from the last game. I mean, he covered DK Metcalf. I wanted to say Dak Prescott, but he's the quarterback for the Cowboys. But he covered DK on that route that he got the interception on. So Lenore, he's got a lot of confidence now going into this game, and I can see that he's going to do great. There's just a lot of players that the Niners have that I don't think the Cowboys are going to be able to handle. I mean, Marcus Spears, who played for them, even picked the Niners to win. Then you got Randy Moss, who picked the Cowboys to win just because Dak Prescott has played more games than Brock Purdy. But that shouldn't matter. What matters is look at what happened since Brock Purdy came in for Garoppolo in that Miami game. What did he do? He changed. Not a whole lot of stuff changed, because what Brock Purdy did was he came in there and he just went right out where Garoppolo was and did better, because he's very efficient in the red zone, very efficient, and he does a lot of good things in stepping up in the pocket and making the deliveries. So I look for San Francisco to win this one big, but it could be a 24-21 game with Robbie Gould kicking a field goal to win it, or it could be what I think is going to happen tomorrow is they're not going to be able to stop Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Sanders, Elijah Mitchell, Ross Dwelly, Juszczyk. I mean, Charlie Warner can even get in action. Ray McLeod. Just look for no holds bar. They're not going to hold back on anything. And look for Kyle Shanahan to really deliver tomorrow, especially against his former boss, his old head coach, Quinn. So that's what I see happening tomorrow, is that San Francisco is going to win it 38-17. I see the defense racking up a lot of pressures and sacks tomorrow and limiting the running backs to fewer than 50 yards. If they can do that, if the defensive line can pressure Dak Prescott and also Fred Warner and the linebacking crew get after it and limit the running backs from going over 50 yards. I mean, even if they get near 100 yards, I see that the San Francisco 49ers is still going to pull this out. So look for tomorrow. I am going to, it's a Sunday, I'm going to try to go live, and hopefully I can put some really good content out there. And I know generally I don't like to do this, but please like and subscribe to my channel. Share my channel with many others, and have them like and subscribe. And I can promise you in the future, we're going to have interviews with players, former players, not just on the 49ers, but around the world. So, because after football is basketball, and during this time also is rugby sevens, which I like to watch. And then you have the Premier League and Rugby League later on in the year. So a lot of stuff that I like to bring to this channel, and with your help, we can make that possible. Okay, till tomorrow. We'll see you then, and let's go Niners.